Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Do you ever get the feeling that people just don't listen anymore? I mean, the nerve of these people. This was first brought to my attention by my wife. Actually, several times by my wife. She would say, "Were you even listening to a word I said?" "Of course I was, honey." And then I cringed as I waited for the next question. Then what did I just say? Now on the outside, I'm cool as a cucumber. On the inside, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta come up with something quick. What did she say? I knew she said something, I heard something. And I replied, I got nothing. Sorry, honey. Now, I wasn't always this way. I used to listen. I've even been complimented on being a good listener. But what happened? So I did a little research. I went back in time 30 years. Do you know, 30 years ago, when we wanted to communicate, we would have a face-to-face conversation. We would pick up the landline telephone and place a call, or write a letter. And then something happened. We went into this information age, and then we dragged all this information into this communication age. Now we can talk to more people about more things, more often, and we can do it instantly. But our minds are still back here in the old-fashioned way. We haven't had the chance to adapt or evolve yet. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new epidemic. It's called communication overload disorder. Now, if you're wondering if you have it, you do. We all have it. For me, one of my symptoms is, besides not being able to listen, when I type emails, all of a sudden now, out of nowhere, when I write thanks at the end of the email, what do I see on the screen? Thanakis. Thanakis? I typed thanks. When did this start happening? So I decided to change my call tag to have a great day. What do I see on the screen? Have a Greta day. If you've noticed, spell check has actually began to correct your misspellings for you without even you needing to give it any attention. So maybe technology, which got us into this mess, is the solution. So I decided to go to the iPhone App Store. I figured, well, there's an app for practically everything. There must be an app for this. I thought you could just download COD, Communication Overload Disorder app, and you would be able to listen to a conversation without actually giving it any attention. But there's not an app for that. Now, it's only a matter of time before the pharmaceutical company gets hold of this. All right? I can see it now. Listenex. Are you having trouble listening? Do you see people's lips moving, but have no idea what they just said? You could be suffering from communication overload disorder. Talk to your doctor about COD and ask him if Listenex is right for you. Listenex works by pushing blood flow to your ears. It heightens sensitivity. But if you should have an erection that lasts for more than 4 hours, call your doctor immediately. Now I'm waiting for this Listenex, but it hasn't arrived yet. We got to get creative, people. Let's be organic too, you know? Let's be wellness oriented, green. Let's go green with a solution. And then it dawned on me. I overheard a conversation that my wife was having with her friend Katie. And I only recognized it because I think I was having that conversation with her earlier, but I wasn't listening. Don't tell her, please. And it went something like this. Katie, you have got to see my new Coach shoes. And Katie said, oh my God. Yes, I was at Macy's and they had this huge sale. Oh my God. These shoes were originally $180. Oh my God. But I paid $45. Oh my God! Now I'm overhearing this conversation. I'm thinking, what? She gets credit for that? All she said was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's not even a real response. Later that night, she sent my wife a text message. OMG. I'm like, God, this is a conspiracy. But then it dawned on me, I could come up with my own system for automatic response mode. I could answer people without actually listening. Now, granted, Katie was listening, but you couldn't tell. All she said was, oh my God, oh my God. And then I came up with it. I call it automatic response mode. And it goes like this. When someone's talking, you just follow along with these three responses. Yeah. Uh-huh. Really. Now, the key on this one is the really. If you just match the tone, so if they say, I just bought these new shoes. Yeah. There was a sale at Macy's. They were originally $180. Uh-huh. And I paid only $45. Really? It works every time. And the best part is you don't even have to listen. You could go on thinking about whatever it is you want to think about. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, having an ordinary, everyday conversation just isn't what it used to be. It's hard to keep up with these conversations. But I want to point this out. If you get busted not listening, just confess, I have COD. I'm awaiting treatment. Or just go into automatic response mode. No one will ever know. And listening is very important in communication. But once you learn how to fake that, the rest of it is easy. And for those of you who have actually been able to listen to me this entire time, Thanakis, and have a great day. Mr. Contest Chair. Well done.